Good afternoon to one and all present here. Today, I, Ananya, on behalf of the Department of Extension Education, Assam Agriculture University, would like to welcome all the teachers, students, and friends to this one-day webinar on the topic Strengthening Extension Education in Northeast Region, which has been conducted under the guidance of our course instructor, Dr. Sundar Bhavan, sir. Good afternoon, sir. The objectives of the program are identifying the challenges faced by the discipline, strategies to overcome these challenges. Now, I would like to request Dr. Mr. Saurabh Nath, and Mr. Hirak Kumar to begin the program.
Good afternoon, everyone present here in the webinar of Strengthening Extension Education System in Northeast India. I am thankful for all the participants and respected sir to be present in the webinar. I, Saurabh Nath and Hirak Kaur will present the challenges which we have identified faced by the extension education system in Northeast India. Is the slides are visible? Can anyone say that?
Yes.
Okay. So next, the first challenge is okay. The first challenge is that is one geographical. The first problem is the geographical infrastructure constraint. The region is a rugged terrain, frequent landslides and poor infrastructure are there. Road connectivity is also very much they are affected by the season or the climate, and the communication networks are also limited. It hinders the access to the remote areas where the farming communities are reside, and they have some problems in communicating with the extension functionaries. It is the main problem, or it is the one of the most important problems of the extension functionaries. Next. The second problem, it is a diverse agroclimatic conditions. There are Northeast India has a diverse agroclimatic zones from plains to hills to high altitude areas, it making it challenging to develop uniform extension strategies applicable across the country. And our Assam has have different agroclimatic conditions which have hilly areas, barak areas, and plain areas also. Therefore, there is a different extension strategy should be available for those areas. So this is a very much important problem that is faced. Next. The next problem is using traditional farming practices by the farmers. Many farmers in Northeast India, they still follow the traditional farming methods that may not be aligned with the modern agricultural practices, which is recommended by the extension services. Next. The next problem I identified is the limited access to technology and information. In a data that I have gathered from Lok Sabha questions and answered by the Communication Ministry, they have given that the uncovered village by the internet facilities is in Arunachal Pradesh it is 2,223 villages, in Assam 616, Mizoram 206, Manipur 463, and in Nagaland 144, and in Meghalaya 1674. This is a huge number of villages that are not covered by the network facilities till now, but it is increasing in a very fast rate. So the farmers often lack access to modern agricultural technology, scientific information, and extension services due to this poor connectivity and limited awareness. Also, there are 25,000 villages in India that are still uncovered by the network. That is it. Then next. The next problem, it is the one of the most important problem, that is language and cultural diversity of Northeast India. In Northeast India, in 10 kilometers, the language is same. So there is a very much difficulty in disseminating the knowledges and modern technologies in those areas. The region is linguistically and culturally diverse, which poses challenges in effectively communicating extension messages and implementing the intervention tailored to local context. The next point will be discussed by my mate Hirokjyoti Kaur. I will give the mic to him. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nath. Now I'll continue with the further slides. So the challenges that we were able to identify till now and coming with the following one is the climate change vulnerability. And a very important fact is that in Assam, more than 15 districts are under the climate change vulnerability. And Northeast India is highly vulnerable to climate changes. Like we see the flood, and there are frequent like droughts air time or flood time, or there are more of the landslides and other problems. Now moving to the next slide. Next, lack of skilled extension personnel. In India and in the northeastern part, we have seen that for every almost a couple of thousands of farmers, there is particularly one extension personnel for each of them, and it's very detrimental. As for such a large number of farmers, it's very hard for a single extension personnel to rectify all their to look after all their needs and to help them with all the schemes and resources. Now, moving to the next point, the limited institutional support. Extension service often lacks adequate funding, coordination, and it can be seen in the very major problem because every time there is a project, the functioning of the project only beneficiaries up till the time it has been continuing. But after a program or that the fund is over, it has been seen that the extension programs have been very difficult to run after. Now, moving to the next point, there is market access and value chain constraint. Farmers face challenges in accessing market due to inadequate market structure, lack of market information, and difficulties in maintaining quality standard of produce. As most of the farmers are small group farmers and small land farmers, so they don't have the adequate access to the market and a proper channel by which they can output their supplies. And it's a very major constraint for the extension services. Now moving to the last point. Next is the gender inequality. Although it's in today's world, it's said that there is no gender equality, and in the farming sector there is a little less. But we can be seen that most of the household, the male farmer is the main sourcer of the agricultural part, while the woman also plays an important role, but it's not up to the adequate as it's not up to the adequate mark in which she is has the full she can output her full potential. Now with this, I would like to end my slides, and I will request my further presenters, Mr. Abhijit Roy and Mrs. Kamalika Swargari, to continue. Thank you.
Good afternoon, one and all present here. My name is Abhijit Rao, and right now I'll be presenting about strategies to overcome the challenges faced by extension education system in Northeast India, and which is the second objective of this webinar. So let's start with the first slide. So the first let's start with introduction. Northeast region has its own cultural practices, languages, and social economic challenges, and there is heavy diversity among the states and communities in Northeast India. The region's geographical isolation, limited infrastructure, and frequent natural calamities pose significant challenges to extension effort. And because of that, extension get less opportunities, and the employment also is rising. So to overcome this, I'll be speaking strategies to overcome this problem. So let's start with the first point. Increase the number of SMS in extension. Extension personnel are the closest to farmers. They plan and conduct various training programs and demonstration programs. But when you look at the numbers of SMS in extension, which is very less, only 40% of SMS are there in all the northeast states of this country. And because of that, miscommunication and miscoordination also is there from with the farmers and the extension personnel. So moving on the next slide, I just want to show this data, which shows total in Northeast, total 90 KVKs are there. Out of this 90, only 38 KVKs have SMS in extension, which is very low. It is like 40% of the total KVKs. So to overcome these challenges, we have to increase the number of SMS in extensions. So moving on the next slide, this one is integration of traditional knowledge with ICT tool in extension education. Tailoring of traditional knowledge to meet specific needs and preferences. Northeast has diverse ecosystem and farmers also using different approaches of farming. But if we can help them with the ICT tools, then it will be very beneficial for them. For example, farmers are using relied on climate for their planting, irrigation, and all. But if we can help them with ICT tools like ICT in weather application and all, it will be beneficial for them. And the next point is use of drones. Everyone might have known that what are the advantages of drones, but the main problem, and farmers also know this uses of drone. But the thing is, for drone, if for using of drone, we need to get the certificate from Drone Pilot Training Center. In the whole Northeast, only one drone pilot training center is there, which is a great loss for our Northeast states. And the next point is various mobile apps developed by startups. For example, Plantix and Rice Doctor. For us, it is easy to use this application, but for the farmers who is not used to it, it's very difficult to use them. So we should give more awareness about this tools, how to use them, and give awareness about to the farmers. Moving on the next slide. Next one is collaborative partnership. Partnership with various APOs and NGOs with agricultural allied departments. So various NGOs and various data shows that NGOs perform better in advisory services and due to their participatory approaches. And these farmers producer organization help in market their producers. So it is we should give more emphasis on this partnership with NGOs, APOs, and agriculture allied sector. Next one is need-based public and private partnerships. No, this one. PPP should be based on the bottom-up approach and based on the farmer seed. Otherwise, it have no use, as risk allocation plays vital role in PPP management, as risks distributed in among the public and private entities. So next one is collaboration of incubation center with agricultural allied department for promoting entrepreneurs and startup. Recently, Assam Agriculture University has started Niti Hub, which is first incubation center in Northeast, which is recognized by the Atal Incubation Center also. So moving on the next slide, this one is collaborative partnership models in Assam. These are the successful models in Assam. For example, Government of Assam and plus NGOs, Northeast Affected Area Development Society. And next one is NABARD Local Bank, Government Department, Bhagatpara Mohila Unnayan Sangha. These are the successful models of in Assam. So what are the outcome of these models? It increases the employment and livelihood opportunities among farmers. They gain knowledge, develop decision-making power, communication skill, and leadership quality among the farmers. So with this, I would like to end my presentation. Now my friend Komalika will be continuing. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhijit. Now let us know about some more strategies which include enhancing capacity building of extension worker. We all know that it is very important for extension worker to train himself or herself before imparting any kind of training programs to the farmer. Hence, conduction of regular training programs on emerging technologies for extension worker will contribute to skill extension personnel. Moreover, it will also help the extension personnel to keep himself or herself updated with the most recent information and technology. Moving on, the next strategy is Women Focused Extension Program. It is a very important strategy in order to bridge the gap between men and women, as it recognizes and addresses the unique roles and challenges faced by women in agriculture, which are often overlooked in general extension program. This will not only promote gender equality, but also promote women empowerment, leading to a fairer society. Moving on, the next strategy is climate smart agricultural practices. It is one of the most important strategy, as we all know that climate change is a most important issue in today's world. Hence, incorporation of climate smart agricultural practices will will help us to overcome the challenges faced by extension education system. This include teaching new climate resilient farming method. This will help the farmer to cope up with or mitigate with existing climatic condition. The next is sharing weather information. This will help the farmer to priorly plan their cropping so that they can plan a contingency plan and make a proper plan for their cropping and to mitigate their crop loss. The next is introducing climate resilient. The next is introducing climate resilient crop variety. This includes the incorporation of stress tolerant variety or the variety which are drought tolerant. This may include Ranjit Sub 1, Bahadur Sub 1, etc. So here ends my the part. Now I would like to hand over the presentation to my friend Nikumoni.
Now that we have come to the almost last segment of our presentation, I would like to ask all the participants if they have any queries, any points that they would like to add. Anyone from CAU Meghalaya would like to add? I repeat, if there is anyone who would like to have any questions, any queries, any points that they would like to add.
Hello, am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. I have one query.
Sure, sir.
Okay, well, you have nicely mentioned the problems or challenges of that are facing by the extension system or extension discipline in broad way, and you also suggest some strategies. Also, very good presentation. But my question is, do you think that the existing syllabus that are included in the extension discipline, the syllabus that are covered, the course taught in the Department of Extension Education is enough to improve the skill, enough to develop the skill that is required by extension personnel? The course content that are covered under the PG or UG courses in Department of Extension Education, do you think these courses are enough to build a skill or knowledge for extension worker?
Yes, sir. The existing the courses have given us the overview of the giving counseling or means I have to say that our banned pesticide, it is updated, means some pesticides are already banned in recent year, and it has to be taught in our courses. This has to be added, or otherwise the some courses are added, that is entrepreneurial courses are added, and we have NAHEP schemes are also added, and that facilities there's extracurricular activities help the students to gain some knowledge to work in the villages or other northeastern regions of the India.
Okay, thank you very much. And you are organizing very nicely. Any discussion from other institute? I think from BNC also some students join. From BNC, is there any students?
Yes, sir.
From BNC, is there any student join in this webinar?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Kajol is there. Kajol.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then any more students? From
Yes, sir.
CAU?
Present, sir.
CAU? From CAU? Nobody is from CAU, no? Anyway, so from this actually this forum, we organized this webinar not only for giving a lecture about the challenges and strategies of extension system in Northeast India, but we have to make some collaboration among the students or among the faculty members, even not the extension professional that are working different institutes of Northeast India, so that we can make a strong forum for extension discipline. And that was the one need of the hour, because you have seen that Abhijit rightly mentioned that extension in the extension discipline, number of SMS is very less. Why? What is the reason behind? Why the extension personnel are not recruited as SMS in different KVKs? But initially, if you go to the mandate of the, or initially if you go to the recruitment structure or manpower structure, the extension is the one of the most important or vital discipline. But later on, it will be not recognized. What is the reason behind? That we have to again evaluate ourselves. Is there any fault in from our discipline, or is there any fault in the policymaker or the other organization, or those who are organizing the or implementing the KVKs? So we have to think about that. And if there is a fault in our that is manpower, that is extension personnel, that are developing from our department or from our discipline. So if there is lacking, so we have to again verify that one. If there is a need to restructure or modify the even post curriculum also, we can do that. So that's why we make some decision. We should make some decision. This is a one small forum, but later on it's going to be a big one, which actually promote our manpower, particularly extension discipline, who is working in the different organization. So this is my idea, and as a part of the practical class, you are organizing very nicely. It's a very good webinar, or you are doing the. I am also enjoying the YouTube also. The live stream is going on. Really, you can do very flawlessly. That is one of the success. Okay. Thank you very much for organizing this kind of webinar. If any more question, you can discuss. So many issues are there, particularly the recruitment issues are also there. So what will be the future? Now you see the KVK, only one post is, the SMS post is not even advertised for KVKs in Northeast, throughout the Northeast. And where will be our prospect, particularly the extension personnel or social science student from social science discipline, where they will be recruited. So all our issues we can discuss.
Hello.
Thank you. Hmm.
Thank you, sir, for your questions and your wonderful insight to this topic. Now, if anyone else has any more questions,
Actually, I have one question. Am I audible?
yes, yes.
Yeah. Actually, regarding to language and cultural challenges, you told us, is there any strategy to solve this problem? Actually, in every area we face language or culture. Is there any strategy or any solution for this problem? Please.
Yes, Hamidji, thank you for your question. Thank you for your question. I want to answer it that every in Northeast India, it is says that every 10 kilometer the language changes, or maybe the tone of the language changes. So um, challenge, if we have some strategies to overcome these challenges, then we can engage the local communities of that areas, or something like that. That VLWs are also there, village level workers, or Gao Panchayat members, or the person who knows how to deliver trainings, or how to deliver a disseminate the knowledge. We can engage themselves by training them with proper knowledges. That engaging the community. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, Saurabh sir.
Thank you, Hamidji, for your question. Any more? You can also drop your questions on the chat box. You can also drop your feedback on the chat box. Now that we have come to the end of the program, I would like to request my friend Nikumoni Rajkwa to give the vote of thanks.
Honorable Professor, respected seniors, and my dear friends, good afternoon. I feel privileged and honored to propose a vote of thanks on this program on the behalf of Department of Extension Education, Department of Agri-Economics and Farm Management. I extend a heartfelt thank you to everyone who has contributed to the making this event a successful one. First and foremost, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to Dr. Sundar Burman, Sir, Assistant Professor of Department of Extension Education, whose presence has equally honored us today, and for giving us an opportunity to conduct this webinar. Thank you, sir. A big thank you to our resource personnels, Saurabh Nath, Hirakjyoti Kumar, Abhijit Roy, and Kamalika Swargari for enlightening us about the challenges faced and strategies to overcome these challenges for strengthening extension education in Northeast region. We are very grateful to your vision and leadership. I'd also like to thank to all the students of second year extension education, second year economics, and first year extension education who have worked behind the scene to ensure everything runs smoothly. Your dedication and hard work are truly appreciated. Last but not the least, a special thanks to all the participants and attendees. Your enthusiasm and active participation have made this event lively and enjoyable. Once again, thank you to all for being a part of this webinar and making this a grand success. Thank you. And hereby I announce that this webinar has ended. Thank you.